Hello, this is James. Website for Empire of Scarlet just dropped. Cries of anguish echo through the night. A symphony of terror underneath a scarlet moon. Konami, are you trolling? Considering the level of satisfaction amongst the player base right now, Konami, what's up? What's up with this 100-pack mini box and the gem nerfs? But we're getting 3 ultra rares up from 2, and we're getting 10 super rares up from, I think, 6. So let's see if this is worth our cries of anguish. Alright, first, our ultra rare. Vampire Scarlet Scourge. Zombie, 2200 attack. Dark attribute. If this card is normal special summon, you can pay 1000 LP. Target a vampire in your graveyard except himself. Special summon it, but cannot attack this turn. You can only use this effect once per turn. At the end of the battle phase, if this card is destroyed with any monsters by battle, you can steal them. Special summon them from the graveyard to your field. From the graveyards. So even if you destroy your own monster by some weird happenstance, you can get it back. I love the stealing. Wasn't quite able to make it work with Skelosaurus and the Gobbler. But I think Vampire's Scarlet Scourge is going to bring that strat back. We also have INZEKTORs. INZEKTOR Centipede. Once per turn, you can equip one INZEKTOR monster from your hand or graveyard to this card. It is only a 3-star, easy to get out. If an equip is sent to your graveyard while equipped to this card, such as by Storm or Double Cyclone, except during the damage step, you can add one INZEKTOR card from your deck to your hand. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster's level is increased by 3. Alright, so you can equip INZEKTORs to him, you can use them as fodder to remove back row or remove other stuff, and when that happens, he searches more INZEKTORs. And of course, they all have effects when they're equipped to each other. Interplanetary Purple Thorny Dragon. An ultra rare, a splash ultra rare. It's rare that these are good, because usually they aren't, but this is just a clean special summon. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. No discarding, no weird activation conditions, just something that happens all the time for no reason. The senseless violence cured by the senseless violence balanced by Interplanetary Purple Thorny Dragon. Great splash card. First super rare, first of 10. Vampire Familiar, 1 star. If this card is special summoned, perhaps by Scourge, you can pay 500 LP, add 1 vampire monster from your deck to your hand, except Vampire Familiar. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 vampire card from your hand or face up on field to the graveyard. Special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Vampire Familiar once per turn. Special summon. Add a search a vampire, except itself. If this card is in the graveyard, you can send 1 vampire from your hand, or face, well, probably from the hand to the graveyard. Special summon, but banish it when it leaves the field. Wait, let's see how many stars. Vampire Scarlet Scourge is 6 stars, so you can use his familiar as tribute fodder for, so effectively it's a vassal for Vampire Scarlet Scourge, and he's reusable. You can, if he's in the graveyard, you can have a vampire, you can special summon him, and then tribute the Scourge. That's nice. Vampire Retainer, evidently a Alucard Wolf. If this card is special summoned, you can pay 500 LP, add 1 Vampire Spell Trap card from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 vampire card from your hand, face up on the field, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Vampire Retainer once per turn. So again, like, oh no, it's not reusable. Okay, so Vampire Familiar and Vampire Retainer, they can be used as tribute fodder, but then they are banished. But they do have a search effect. Oh, vampires, looking like an expensive and high-class archetype. INZEKTOR Gigamantis. 2400 attack, you can target 1 face of INZEKTOR you control, equip this card. When it is equipped, that monster's attack, the original attack, becomes 2400. If this card is sent from the graveyard while equipped, you can target one Inzektor monster in your graveyard except Gigamantis. Special summon that target. Ooh, the Swarm! This effect of Inzektor Gigamantis can only be used once per turn. So if it's equipped to the Ultra Rare, whose name Centipede, if it's equipped to Centipede, you destroy it. You can hit a back row with Double Cyclone or Storm. Centipede gets a search, and Gigamantis gets a special from the graveyard. These are some. Ooh, we're getting the double juice cards, because for 2 cards, you get 2 cards back. Interesting. And you also have the option to just have a free 2400 attack point Inzektor on the field. Hammer Bouncer. If your opponent controls a card while you control no cards, you can normal summon this card, not normal, not special, without tributing. If this card attacks... Oh, wow, but it's 2300 attack. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, as long as you control no spell traps, your opponent cannot activate any spell traps until the end of the damage step. So if you don't control any back row, it has an Ancient Gear effect. And you can get it out for free, but it doesn't do piercing. That's interesting. Wall of Illusion. If this card is attacked by a monster after damage calc, return that monster to the hand. Maybe combo with Shadow of Eyes. Maybe we can finally see Shadow of Eyes in the meta. It's kind of like a Hane, but with better survivability. I like it, but it is a stall card. It doesn't advance your game. It just keeps it just buys you a turn potentially. Zaborg, the Thunder Monarch. Ooh, we're finally getting those good monarchs. If this card is tribute summon, target one monster in the field, destroy that target. Very simple, very nice. And he goes well with Mithra, the Thunder Vassal. Okay, I took a look at Mithra. So you can special summon her, but your opponent gets a token, but then you can special summon her, your opponent gets a token, and then she lets you get an extra tribute summon in addition to your normal summon this turn, and you can only gain each effect once per turn. So basically, you special summon her, your opponent gets a token, and then you can normal summon another monster, and then by her effect, you can tribute either her or that one or both. So you can use her and another monster to tribute all in one turn for like an 8-star or higher monster. This is a good card. We also have Vampire Kingdom, a field spell for the Vamps. Zombie type monsters gain 500 attack during damage calculation only. Very nice. Once per turn, when a card is sent from your opponent's deck to the graveyard, so a lot of the vampires have that effect. Target one card in the field, send one dark vampire monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy that target. Very desirous of the Vampire Kingdom, but like all of these, obviously this ultra rare is you want 2 or 3, and then the familiar and the retainer you want a bunch. So vampires are an elite archetype. Fortunately, a lot of gems in the gift box. Okay, Bashing Shield, an equipped super rare. Equip only to a normal summoned or set monster, so for example a monarch. It gains 1000 attack, putting monarchs up in the big leagues because they all have 2400 attack. So this would make them have 3400 attack. You take no battle damage from attacks involving it. Well, hopefully it's not causing you battle damage. Hopefully it's not getting destroyed. Flash of the Forbidden Spell. Activate only when all your opponent's monster card zones are occupied by monsters. Destroy all monsters your opponent's side of the field. RAIGEKI. RAIGEKI, this is the thumbnail. RAIGEKI and Duel Links. People probably laugh at this card in the TCG, but Duel Links is 3 monster zones, and you can just destroy all of the monsters for free. If you hated Treacherous Trap Hole, get ready to really hate Flash of the Forbidden Spell, And rip furries, so I hope you're happy. Vampire Vamp. Zombie effect. Once per turn, when this card or vampire monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, except for these certain monsters, you can target one phase of monster your opponent controls whose attack is higher than this card's. Give it the good suck. This card gains attack equal to the combined original attack of the monsters. Oh, it can have multiple equips. Yeah, so if it's on the field, so you have to get it out. Wow, that's a lot of stars. And then if you normal summon a vampire, you can give your the monster the good suck. And then this card gains attack equal to the combined attack. If this card is sent from the graveyard while equipped with a card by this effect, special summon this card from the graveyard. So she gains attack, she gives the suck, and she protects herself. So if she has a monster in thrall, she cannot be killed permanently. Oh, I think this is my new favorite. I think this is a new waifu. This is gonna compete with RAIGEKI for thumbnail space. Okay, INZEKTOR Hopper. Once per turn, you can equip one INZEKTOR from your hand or graveyard to this card. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster is increased by 4. While this card is equipped, you can send this equipped card to the graveyard. The monster can attack your opponent directly this turn. Nice, that's potentially a finisher. Okay, so for the rest of the rares and the normals, let's just cover things that are either the major archetypes, vampires, INZEKTORs, or you know, fun cards that catch my fancy. Okay, so Swallowtail, Butter Spy. When another monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, target one face of monster your opponent controls. It loses attack equal to the battle damage inflicted. Okay, so right there, INZEKTOR Hopper with a little bit of Swallowtail, Butter Spy support. I mean, you can't equip him to her, but if the equipped monster inflicts battle damage and then Butter Spy reduces the remaining monster's attack. That's cool. Moonlit Papillon probably has to do with INZEKTORs. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 4 lower Butter Spy monster from your deck. Okay, so you can search your Swallowtail. Naturia. Opponent special summons a monster. You can contribute one face of Natura. Accept this card to destroy the special summon monster. That's not that exciting. Cyber Ogre. By discarding this card from your hand to the graveyard, negate battle damage involving a Cyber Ogre on your side of the field, and it gains 2,000 attack until the end of its next battle. So you can just sit on that. You can just sit on that. Oh, that's cool. Hade Hane. Okay, so you have to tribute for it, but you know that's like it's like the Duel Links RAIGEKI. That can clear the field. That can prepare for an OTK, and you can select any monsters that you want returned. Nice. Goblin Decoy. Change. Okay. Skipping. Elemental Hero Necroid Shaman. Fusion summoned. Target a monster your opponent controls. When it's special summon, target, destroy. Special summon one monster from your opponent's graveyard to their side of the field. I suddenly have a reason to play Elemental Heroes. And it has a steal. Ooh. Oh. Oh, and it's extra deck. It's consistent. You can get it out anytime. That's a spicy meatball. Cyber Ogre 2. 2 Cyber Ogres. A fusion summon can only be conducted with the materials. When this card attacks, it gains attack equal to half the attack of the attack target during damage calculation only. So Cyber Ogre 2 can basically kill anything. So even a 5-headed dragon. 5-headed dragon has 5,000 attack. This would gain 2,500, putting it at 5,100. That's... I mean, it is only battle attack, but this is a cheap monster. Alright, Vampire's Desire. Oh boy. Target one face-up monster you control, send one vampire from your deck to the graveyard with a different level from that monster, and if you do, the targeted monster becomes a level of the... Okay, well, we don't have to worry about levels until we get synchros. Target one vampire monster, so you choose one of these effects. Target one vampire monster in your graveyard and send one monster you control to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon targeted monster. Alright, so this is like, this is like if you don't have the familiars, if you don't have the bat familiar and the doggo familiar, you use an extra card and you can special summon vampires from the graveyard, because it's the same thing. You have to discard a monster. Well, it doesn't just work with vampires, but you have to discard a vampire to get the familiar. You play this and you discard another monster and you can special summon from the graveyard. But it works with other decks. So, other decks that want that discarded card. Legends. Alright, INZEKTOR Sword, ZEKTOR. Equip only to an INZEKTOR. It gains 800 attack and defense when this face-up card in the field is sent to the graveyard. Return an INZEKTOR from the graveyard to your hand. That's a nice little bonus. Berserk Scales. A quick play. Alright, maybe don't use Berserk Scales. Pyramid of Wonders. All zombies, all vampires you control gain 200 attack for each monster your opponent controls. If exactly one zombie type you control and no other cards will be destroyed, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. Destroyed by battle or card effect. Alright, so it's A forces. All the zombies band together. Each one gains 200 attack for each zombie, and it has a little bit of protection. That's nice. That's some good vampire support. Vampire Takeover. If you have no card in your field zone, why wouldn't you? And all face-up monsters you control are zombie type. Activate one Vampire Kingdom directly from your deck. So you only need one, and you can pad it out with Vampire Takeover. Wow. Activate one Vampire Kingdom, directly from the deck, then you can special summon one Dark Vampire monster from your graveyard in face-up defense position, any vampire monster. You can only activate one Vampire Takeover per turn. Well, maybe don't go too heavy on the takeover. I mean, probably you would still want 2 of the field spell and maybe 1 or 2 of the takeover. Because takeover does search the field spell, but it needs for there to be no field spell in order to activate. And it does need the field spell in the deck. But, nifty. INZEKTOR Orb. Target one face-up INZEKTOR monster you control. Equip this card to that target. Gains 500 attack and defense when exactly one INZEKTOR monster you control is targeted by a card effect. You can send this equipped to the graveyard and negate that effect. Okay, so similar to Pyramid of Wonders. Cyber Shadow Gardener. Continuous Trap. Activate only during your opponent's main phase. After activation, special summon this card. It is treated as an effect monster. Question mark attack. This card is treated as a trap card. If this card is selected as an attack target, the attack and defense become the attack and defense of the attacking monster. This card is set in the spell and trap card zone during your opponent's end phase. So you can have, so this can block, this can run interference repeatedly and prevent your opponent from, well, your opponent would have to crash into it to kill it and then hit you with the other monsters. So it provides a disincentive for them to do so. And you know what, you could also use it as tribute fodder with something like Escalation of the Monarchs. Vampire Grimson. So we're getting into normals. If this monster you control will be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, you can pay 1,000 LP for each monster that would be destroyed instead. You must protect all monsters that would be destroyed if you would use this effect. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroyed monsters by battle, you can special summon them from the graveyards to your field. So it's not just the high class vampires that get the steal, it's all the little guys. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot, and you can special summon him with the trap card and probably some other stuff. Oh, INZEKTOR Ladybug. You can equip. You can equip an INZEKTOR from your hand or graveyard to this card. While it's equipped, it gains attack and defense levels increased. While this is equipped, you can send this equipped card to your graveyard. Target one face-up monster you control. Increase that levels. Ooh, but see, this can equip, so don't sleep on this normal. This can equip from the graveyard. And also, ladybugs are lucky. Alright, I think I'm gonna end the review there. This is very exciting. Two new solid archetypes and a RAIGEKI for Duel Links. And a new waifu. It's looking good, boys. It's looking good. Thank you for watching.